All right.
We're getting sued.
Anthony on Air Podcast. We're back for another episode. Frankie C is in the house. That's my big dog right there. What up, big dog?
Not much. What's happening?
I'll tell you what's happening. Meghan Markle separated from the pack, not allowed to sit with Camilla or Kate in the Queen's procession today.
Wow.
That's an old topic from last show. Let's not do that one. Prince
We're off to a
Andrew
good start.
didn't salute the coffin. We'll tell you why. Actually, Harry didn't either.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. King Charles had a incident. Huh?
He did.
Huh?
That's nice.
His reign of coolness is basically over. FBI takes Mike Lindell's phone. Brett Favre's got a welfare scam going on, allegedly. Trump returned some stuff to the FBI. The White House had their little inflation blunder yesterday. Hollywood tried to cancel Jimmy Kimmel.
Was it a cancel? I don't think it was a cancel.
My pen's not working.
What are you writing?
Bloody pen. You could save, if you could save only 2 TV dads, who would you save? Lindsey Graham is trying to have a national abortion bill. Frank's got a man cave. And when did a hot dog become a glizzy?
The hell's a glizzy?
We're going to learn on this episode. Let's start a podcast, baby. I'm not sure when a hot dog became a glizzy, so we're going to need some help from the audience. I'd love to know if you know when that exact moment was that a hot dog became a glizzy. But that's later on in the program. Right now, we're talking about Meghan Markle and why she wasn't allowed to sit with everybody else during the Queen's procession earlier today.
Well, I never.
I don't think you're plugged in there, big dog.
I am so plugged in. I'm plugged in.
Yeah, replug it. So here's why. And this is what's interesting about this. Because Meghan, like, there you go. You're back.
Yeah.
Give me a tap. Nope.
Hate you.
Meghan, you know, basically, we knew she made the racism accusation on Oprah, and you know, but here's what I'm wondering. It's hard to be like, you know, oh, they're being racist towards me or this or that, and I'm being treated like a second-class citizen when they literally have ranks in the royal family. They have ranks, and she wasn't allowed to sit with Camilla or Kate because her rank precludes her from doing so. It's basically queens only in the Queen's car.
When you say her rank, do you mean her rank odor?
No, not her rank odor. Not at all. That's not what I mean.
What? What's the problem? Everything's plugged in. I don't know what to tell you.
Plug it in again. So because she's not the Queen's consort or going to be the Queen one day, she had to sit her ass in the other car with the other useless people, Frank.
Who's the other useless people?
I don't know, Sophie or some shit. I can't remember who the other people nobody cares about.
All right. The hat wrangler and anybody who...
Princess Sophia.
Okay, she's useless. Who's useful in that whole entourage?
Hang on a second. And I'm glad Janine showed up here, and I got my wife for this too. In How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, didn't she name his wee Princess Sophia?
You know what's funny? I just put this movie on the other night.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
Yes.
Interesting.
And it is very random of me to do that. Usually because I would just watch porn. I think you're right.
It's Princess Sophia.
Oh, okay.
The penis thing.
Penis? What?
His hot dog, as my daughters like to call it. Hot dog.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so that's the story for Meghan Markle. She gets separated from the pack. But again, and I'm not saying that she wasn't, you know, obviously her and Harry are like on the outs. But, again, when you have a ranking system when it's like queens only in this car and then all the other losers in the loser car. You're being biased. I mean,
I
Who decides
guess.
that?
I don't know.
Is it the king? I guess he has to decide all that now.
Yeah, they might have some royal rules or something. There's a lot
Hell
of
if I know.
protocol. And I think they change the protocol whenever they need to. That's the thing. I don't know if there's like a protocol meeting that's public.
Yeah, is there like a book that all this is written down in?
Mm-mm.
The Royal Protocol book, the
Not entirely sure.
RPB.
If they wrote it, they didn't use King Charles's pen. It took him 2 days to go from, let's see what this guy can do for the country, to, nah, he's a jackass.
Right.
Oh, boy. What did he do?
If you didn't see it, he was signing something, and he went to sign it, and he started complaining about the pen, and then he asked what the date was, and he had the date wrong.
Okay.
And then he goes to hand Camilla the pen, and Camilla's like, you screwed up on you put the wrong date on the earlier document as well. Like a typical wife, just pointing out his shortcut. Guy's the fucking king of England. She's like, by the way, you also fucked up earlier. This wasn't your only mistake today.
And you didn't say anything to me?
Yeah. She's like,
happened?
He wrote the wrong date on that document earlier. It's like, well, I think that's kind of important to make sure everything is in order.
What was your mouth sewn shut? You couldn't say anything?
So then he hands her the pen, I guess, to write the right one down, or I don't know if she took it upon herself, because she does. And then he looks at his finger and he's got ink on his finger. So he goes, bloody pen, and he starts screaming and walking around the room like a 4-year-old that lost their binky.
Now, was it like screaming, or was he just pissed off?
No, I mean, he said bloody pen, and he snapped and said bloody pen.
All right. Who hasn't done that? That's nothing. I feel like we're making a big deal out of it. I have to see the video, but it seems like he just got pissed at the pen.
Link in the description if you guys want to watch the video. Okay, but here's the thing. Everybody in these last couple of days and all her life are talking about how cool the queen is. She's laid back. She's that comic influence. She was there at the right times, this or that. This guy's losing his shit over a friggin' leaky pen.
Listen, that's what she said.
And he also, got the date wrong a couple times.
He got the date wrong. He's all fucked up. He's disheveled. The guy's 73 years old.
At him.
All right, now somebody asked me this question, and I'm going to pass it on to you guys.
Oh boy.
You know how we talk about when you win the presidency, you probably bang that night, even though you're exhausted from the campaign and all that shit.
Right. It's like the wedding night.
It's like the wedding night. You're like, you want to fuck the president, you want to fuck the first lady, that kind of deal. Do you think King Charles fucked on his first day of being king? Because keep in mind,
that's tough.
He also lost his mom.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Kind of an emotional time.
He's also 74, which shouldn't factor into it, but he's
also 74.
He's
Good
King
point.
Charles, so
he's King Charles, not King Dingaling. There's a difference,
right?
There.
Maybe. Now, hear me out. Maybe she gave him a little, old-fashioned.
Give an old-fashioned behind the Westminster Abbey.
Mm-hmm.
Gave me old reset the old Big Ben.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Took a ride through London Bridge.
You got to jerk the king out of respect on the first day, right? If he can't perform, you got to be like, I'll just take it. I'll handle it.
Think she handled his scepter?
Oh.
I'll see myself out.
Well.
No, I liked it. I didn't mind it.
All right. That's possible. I mean, again, the guy's mom just died. Maybe not. I don't think it happened the first night. I don't think it happened since. Who knows?
Yeah, probably not. Christine says he has always been a butthole. Well,
my daughter's favorite word. That's my daughter's favorite word. Yeah.
You should, what you should do is play the butthole surfers for her. She might just like them, just
right.
Strictly for that. How are your kids, Janine?
Your wife knows, right? As soon as you said butthole.
Yeah. How are your kids? Are they going to school? You put those rascals in school yet?
Oh yeah. For the first time. Hold on, this is an important announcement.
Go ahead.
For the first time in 4 years, I have 2.5 hours, 3 days a week to myself. A clap, please. Thank you.
Very.
Let's hear it. That's huge. How much porn have you been watching?
Oh, none.
A lot of that
Come
foot
on.
fetish stuff that you're into? Burning candles on the asshole, that kind of shit?
It's nice. It's good. Good for you.
Yeah. No, I doing thing. I'm gonna do me. Okay.
I know
I'm
you
gonna
are.
do me.
That's what those 2.5 hours are for.
Who am I? My husband? Doesn't take that.
That's 2.5 minutes.
Right.
You leave your husband home for 2.5 hours. He's going to have 2 hours and 28 minutes to fill.
Right. DJ shenanigan. Just wait for the depression when they move out. No, absolutely, positively not.
You got like, what, 15 years before that happens? More than that, probably.
Well,
20
he doesn't
years?
even know how old my kids are. At least
I don't even know what your
at least
kids'
he knows
names are.
the names.
Barely.
There won't be. No.
No?
You're not going to be sad when they go? You're going to find yourself being sad. My wife spent the whole summer with the kids. The day before they went to school. 2 days
She
before
has
they
for
went
the
to
last
school.
couple of years.
She looked at me like I'm going to murder this entire family. People are getting drowned. That's the look she gave me.
That first day of school, I feel like comes at the exact right moment before people start to flip.
Wait, they go to school. We come back from walking them to the bus. 20 minutes go by. She goes, I miss the kids.
What?
2 hours later, she goes, I'm having a really rough day. I miss the kids. I'm like, what? I'm like, you're a broken human being. That's the thing that people don't tell you when you're being a parent. You just become a broken human being. You just become illogical. Things just stop working. Your old joys just go away.
I'm sure it's all rewarding, and there's,
Barely.
but every time anybody tells me about being a parent, it sounds miserable. Like
It doesn't sound like a good time to you.
I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like, I mean, I'm sure in the end, you raise, a person that's great, good for you, and they grow up.
If they're a good person,
right? And I'm sure there's moments that Christmas morning, their first day of school, blah 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 blah, blah, all these memories. But from what I understand, every time I talk to someone, they're like, "Oh, these freaking kids, it's miserable. I'm so tired."
Here's the thing. The stuff that used to give you joy doesn't. And then you find that they're shitty to you 11 out of the 12 hours of the day. And then for like 2 minutes, they're like, they're like, Mom, I love you. And you're like, oh my God, this is so great. And then 2 minutes pass and then it's over. It's like when you chase that. You ever hear a crack addict go, but after 4 years of doing crack, I just can't get as high as I did the first time and I keep chasing it. That's kind of what it becomes.
So having kids, it's like being a crack addict.
Yeah, I'd rather be a crack addict. At least there's hope.
Yeah, that's true. You can stop anytime.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, if you can stop.
nah. Well, depends.
Right.
It depends. Prince Andrew did not salute the coffin as it went by. Neither did Prince Harry. Would you like to know why?
Sure.
Why?
Both were stripped of their military duties in the royal family. One for being a pedophile, the other one for marrying a black girl. Equal crimes in the eyes of the royal family.
Not cool, yeah. England for the second thing.
Who's the asshole here, me or the institution?
Well, you're an asshole for different reasons.
Because, I mean, I'm just kind of calling it like it is. One's a pederast and the other one fucking married a black girl. Both bad.
That's ridiculous. The pederast, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why?
Marry whoever you want. I don't understand.
No.
I don't get it. So that's why you get. So wait a minute. The rest of the family is technically, I know the king, sure, and the prince. I guess they're all military.
They all have their bullshit military. Yeah.
But they should have to. I mean, just because you're in the family, you should salute. No. Maybe.
Here's what's weird. Out of all the details that go, you ever plan a funeral or seen somebody plan a funeral? It's fucking exhausting.
It's a weird, I never understood, like, knock on wood, I haven't had to plan one yet, but
Mhm.
you know, one day I just
Yeah,
how
my
is
husband's
anybody
fine.
able
But
to how is anybody able to do that so quickly? Because funerals for us, we have funerals within a couple of days. You know, I can't imagine getting pushing past the grief and able to just being able to sit down and hammer out all these things. It's like
well, the thing is,
I'm miserable right now.
a lot of stuff is already predetermined.
Yeah, but
So
you gotta see it through. You gotta make arrangements. You know, I'm sure it's not all turnkey.
Janine, did you say predetermined or premeditated? I was distracted.
Yep.
predetermined.
Okay.
I had to think about that. I'm
Planning
tired.
on killing your husband, you figure this all out ahead of time. That's probably helps.
Yikes. No, I just don't
Um,
understand. I know you have to
well,
do what you have to do.
I'll tell you what happens.
Yeah.
You wind up here's the weird thing about funerals. They are the perfect distraction at the right time.
Right.
Is you kind of got to put that grief behind you or not behind you, but put it aside for a moment to be like, all right, fuck, I got to do this. I got to do that. And I got to do that. Kind of gives you that first step of, getting on with your life.
Okay.
I guess, but it's so fast right after, you know?
You want to hear something weird?
Yeah.
My last job.
Wait, is this porn related? Okay, good job. Okay, good.
My last
What
job.
kind of job we talking about?
Meh.
Never.
That I was there a few months, and my boss's best friend died. And it happened to be the husband of one of the women that worked there.
Ooh.
So he said, and I mean, it was a couple of months, and he's like, I have to do something. I have to do something. I told her I would take care of all the funeral arrangements. You have to come with me. Not do you want to, you have to come with me to help. Have you ever done anything like this before? I'm like, well, I mean, like, I know what goes on. I went with my mother when her parents, passed away, whatever. So he's like, okay, you got to come with me. That was strange. Now, I've been asked to do some strange things in my life for jobs. That was weird because, like, I didn't know the guy and he's looking at me for answers. And I'm like, some of the things I'm like, I have no clue. Like, you have to, it's up to, it really should be the wife doing it, not you. But,
Yeah, why would you have to?
Because he felt like he should do something for them. Which, okay, I get.
Yeah,
but
maybe he should, but why did you have to?
not even, well, because he needed a lot of hand holding, but.
I see. All right. Yeah, that's it's not in the job description, I guess, but it's sometimes you gotta just help people out. I had that when I was at a job, and a guy comes up to I'm sitting there, I'm working, I'm sitting at my desk. He comes into the office and goes, "Hey, can you help me out with something?" I was like, "Do you have like a good hour and a half?" I was like, "I don't, but what do you need?" He's like, "All right, I just need you for a little bit."
He wanted a blowy. Go ahead.
Right. I said, "You're not going to need an hour and a half." No. I said,
Look at this mouth.
I said, "What do you need? What's going on?" He's like, "Just come with me." So we go. We're walking out, and he goes, "We just have to pick up one of the other guys who works there is an old man." He goes, "We just need to pick up his dog." I said, "Oh, okay." He goes,
Oh.
Is that the vet? Did I tell you this?
I know this one though.
Anthony, do you know this one?
I forgot it, but you tell it.
All right. He goes, "Is that the vet?" And they just put him down, the dog.
Yeesh.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." So we have to go with. So it's me, one of my bosses, and this guy going to the vet, like a half hour away, picking up his dog. It's not a small dog. It's like a huge, like a I don't know, a German Shepherd or something big. And they wheel the dog out on a gurney. It's wrapped in a sheet.
Oh God.
I never saw it, but I had to help him lift the dog up, put it in the car, in the back seat of the car. And then we drove to his house, and I helped him into his yard with it. And he already had a hole dug,
Oh God.
and I helped him put it in the hole.
Now see. Okay, that's something that I would have been asked to do. That's a Janine thing.
I didn't have to put dirt on top of it, but I did have to help lower it into the hole.
Oh God.
That is the work of a best friend only. Like you, in no way,
Yeah.
shape, or form.
Well,
should
you
have
know,
been involved in that.
he was an old man. This was his, you know, his companion. He lived by himself. This was his dog. The guy was, you know, all torn up. This was a guy that didn't cry. You could tell he was a tough guy, old guy, but he was all torn up with this. So,
Aww.
you know, I felt terrible. I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to help you. And he was, you know, we took a couple moments and we all stood there and there's the three of us. And I was like, this is, you know, I was like, this is very sad, but it's also a story from like my whole life.
You're like,
So
I'm gonna be
I was like,
telling this on a
was-
podcast one day.
Yeah, pretty much. I thought in that moment, I was like, I'll save this memory for a podcast.
That's rough.
Yeah, that was,
Robin
that was-
said. Then Frankie started seeing the lost dog signs everywhere.
well, no, yeah, right.
I was gonna say then he pushed his wife in too, but
I felt bad. I felt bad for the guy.
he's like,
And I
"Can
was
you
like,
turn
of
around
course-
for a minute?"
why
No,
wouldn't I?
don't look at me. I need a few minutes, and then you hear another thud into the ground.
Right,
What's that? Nothing.
right. No, I felt bad. You know, the guy's only companion. He lived in this big house. It was just him and the dog, and so I felt bad for the guy. It was rough. Yeah, I didn't have to dig anything, Paul. No, I just did. It was already. He did. He did it. This old guy. He dug. It had to be a 4 foot deep hole, and maybe a couple of feet wide. And I don't know how the hell he did it, but he did it by himself.
Aw.
And then we came there.
Also, Paul, if someone being from the neighborhood that we are from, if someone asks you to dig a grave, you're doing it. Like there's no
Mhm.
questions asked. You have to do it. This-
Usually it's like 3:00 in the morning, but yes.
Right. You have to.
Okay.
What is this? The first hole I dug?
Right.
I never
You're
dug
gonna dig the hole
before.
now. I don't have any shovels. We're out of line.
Let's stop at my mom's first.
I'm gonna need this, because the thing got stuck in the grill. Oof.
The hoof. Sad, terrible thing.
Ma, it's a shame. You
Shame.
can't leave it there. Hashtag Goodfellas. Okay.
Right.
What the hell are we talking about? Oh yeah, Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew. All right. So he
No
didn't
clue.
salute, and neither did who's it? William,
Aunt
Harry.
You don't know who any of these people are, do you?
I don't keep track. It's either William or Harry. I don't know which one's which.
Do you know which one's the redhead?
William. Harry, I think, is the balding one, right?
Yeah. No, it's the opposite.
Opposite.
Yes.
Damn it.
You screwed it up. By the way, we had such great comments last time from the last episode, and one of my favorites was from Nicole, who wrote, "My brother and sister are gingers and definitely can't be trusted."
Yeah, there was like I feel like a mixed bag in the comments. There were a lot of people like, "Oh, I know a ginger. They're great," and then the other ones were,
Of course I do, Paul.
"This ginger that I know is a scumbag." You know, it was mixed reactions.
You want to hear something funny? Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that girl, the ginger who I was friends with? I'm not friends with, but I went to school with. I am friends with her on Facebook.
Okay,
I'm not kidding you. I never see her stuff.
Now all of a
Fucking
sudden you're
night.
seeing it.
That fucking night, I saw her stuff on Facebook. Okay, I didn't
Facebook is
even. I
listening.
didn't even say her name. Thanks,
All of
big
a sudden-
brother.
Wow, that's weird. All of a sudden,
Right?
your feet. Well, we said it, and we're probably coming through. Well, we didn't say her name, but we were talking about what the hell? It's ginger. I can't. How many words do they pick up, and then they just watch you all your ginger friends? It's weird.
They're just on it.
There's a ginger button. They're like ginger.
Yeah.
I want to get to Mike Lindell and Trump in the White House and all that stuff, but I have a question. When did a hot dog become a glizzy?
What is a glizzy?
This is what the kids are on TikTok are calling hot dogs.
They're calling them glizzies.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. Janine, do
Anybody-
you know?
I don't know. All I know is that my kids call penises hot dogs, and that's all I know.
How many penises?
Maybe we could change it to glizzy, and then it won't be as bad.
It doesn't sound as bad.
God.
Glizzy sounds like it sounds like a blowjob noise.
Glizzy.
Yeah.
What?
Like I went out on this date last night. We had a couple drinks. Things got crazy, and I got a glizzy. I'd be like, shit, that's good.
It sounds like code for a prostitute. Picked up a glizzy on my way home. I mean, why is it a derivative of something? Is it like a combination of words? What?
I don't
Does anybody know?
I'm not entirely sure. But
I don't know why either.
Is it a ginger woman named Lizzie?
Mm-hmm.
Glizzy is used to mean a hot dog or the sausage that is part of a hot dog. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that doesn't, like the meat inside the hot dog skin.
According to Urban Dictionary, glizzy can also be used to mean a Glock or a type of gun. However, most of the TikTok videos using the word glizzy are referring to. This is a Glock, but I only hear glizzy when it refers to a hot dog.
I don't understand that. Like I understand where, like, you hear these types of words and you could kind of figure out, oh, okay, I could see how they got there. This, I have no idea. This doesn't make any sense. Doesn't even share any of the same letters.
Wait, am I supposed to play this, Janine?
No, that's just for you. If
Oh,
you
that's just for me? Oh, okay.
Just funny.
DJ Shenanigans says, yeah, it sounds like what Snoop would call a glass.
A glizzy?
A glizzy. Got my hizzy and my glizzy.
Thank God people stopped doing that. Remember when Snoop Dogg was like really on his like fifth peak and everybody was talking like that?
For shizzle. And
then there was like every like white grandma in the movies that said for shizzle, and you're like, oh, okay, this has got to be ending sometime soon.
Yeah, that got old fast.
That got old super fast. Super, super fast.
You know it didn't get old.
Your mom.
Jumpstart, baby.
Oh no, never.
Boom. Where's yours, J Sabs?
My bags are upstairs.
Look, I got the new one. There it is.
Boom.
Medium dark roast.
They sent it to me too. I got my package upstairs.
I didn't get anything.
Medium dark roast.
Meanwhile, I fucking drank more coffee than all of you put together.
Look at that beauty. Character notes: milk chocolate, dried fruit, light smoke. It is so exciting. I can't wait to try it.
That sounds amazing.
Yes. I love all their coffees and all their flavors, like the medium roast, the espresso blend, because they just got a great balance. You know, deep, wonderful flavors, nice aroma.
You got that Jump Stizzy.
Jump Stizzy, baby.
Oh my God.
Support the podcast, support the Navy SEAL Foundation by buying a bag right now on this episode.
You
try the new
15%
flavor.
Sizzy off with the code.
Okay. Try the new flavor. And let us know what you think. If you haven't purchased Jumpstart in a while, now's the time. If you haven't tried this new flavor, which I know you haven't because it's new, grab it right now with the link in the description. 50% of the profits go to the Navy SEAL Foundation. That's what Jumpstart Coffee does. So you're supporting the Navy SEALs, you're supporting us, and you're supporting Jumpstart just by making one simple purchase.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, you give to charity. That's great. But this, you give to charity, plus you get a nice bag of coffee in return.
We wouldn't have charities if it wasn't for the Navy SEALs keeping us safe, Frank. That's my thing.
Can't unprove that.
Yeah. Mike Lindell put out a video today, told us that the FBI confiscated his cell phone while he was at a Hardee's.
You believe this?
I believe this.
I don't know.
I believe it, and it's fantastic.
I think it's a hilarious thing to say. You could just say,
they took my phone.
I was getting lunch and they took my phone.
I was at the Hardee's and they took my phone. It's like, all right.
That's not bad, actually. That's a good. Have you been working on your Mike Lindell?
No, that was right out of the gate. First time.
I like it.
Thank you.
I like it a lot.
Pick up your My Pillow. You buy one, get a cell phone for free, and we'll throw in a Hardee's burger. Do they sell burgers? I don't even know what the hell they have at Hardee's.
Hardee's and Carl's Jr. are the same, but for some reason, some are Hardee's and some are Carl's Jr. I don't know how they determine that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how they figured that out.
How did they know? I guess they tracked him to. How did they know he was at a Hardee's and not like they go to his house and someone said, "Oh yeah, he went to Hardee's."
They tracked his phone.
Yeah. And they're like, "Give us that crap."
It's Mike Lindell. Just go to. I'm sure they went to McDonald's and Taco Bell and they're like, "Oh, he's at the Hardee's today." I don't think Mike Lindell eats well for a millionaire.
Probably not.
Yeah. What's an embarrassing place that you eat at, though, that you don't want people to know?
Good question.
Like, where would you not want the FBI to catch up to you? What restaurant?
I don't know. I went. Well, I haven't been there in a long time, but there's it's a frozen yogurt place. We stop in there every now and then. Can I say the name of it?
Yeah.
It's called Moolala.
Oh God.
That's what makes it embarrassing to be found there. You get the cup, and you have the little you fill the thing, and you're doing this, and then you go to the toppings bar, and then you weigh it all at the end. That's where, if I was caught in there and they had to take I was at the Moolala and they took my cell phone, that'd be a little embarrassing.
Jay Sabs?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really sounds embarrassing.
Subway?
Oh God, no. What kind of animal beast do you think I am?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nofo Doko.
What is it?
It's a local donut place out. They have two locations, one by me, one by her.
Yep.
All right. Wow, you knew that real quick.
That's not embarrassing, though, is it?
I mean, it's just donuts.
Yeah.
You mean
what's yours?
Like a gross? I don't know.
No, it's either gross or embarrassing, or you just don't want to be caught dead eating there.
I have two, and Paul named one of them, 7-Eleven. Because when you're like, I don't enjoy eating at 7-Eleven, but there are times where you're running around or whatever, and maybe you need a coffee, and you just, you're far from home, and McDonald's isn't an option, or whatever the case is, and
a lot of things have to align.
A lot of things have to align.
A lot of things have to either go wrong,
and it's the 13th of the month. I don't know.
It's gotta be. There's a full moon.
Like, there are times where I'll get if we're I'll be on the road and I'll get super thirsty, and I just need a huge Gatorade or a seltzer.
What are they called? Slurpees? Or I had my first Slurpee. It gotta be in 20 years. I had my first Slurpee in 20 years.
That's what she said.
Like 3 weeks ago.
Was he fast?
He was all right. He was good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Didn't
By the way, my father calls blowjobs Slurpees. Go ahead.
Does he really?
Why would you know that? That's disgusting. You have way too frank conversations with your parents.
Yes,
his name's not Frank.
Okay.
He invented plaid. He can say whatever he wants.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah, but no, and then you just kind of you're like, oh, I haven't eaten, I'm hungry, and then there's these just shitty, awful chicken wings. The fucking pizza that's been sitting there for 17 hours.
Don't tell me you've actually eaten the food from there.
You know what I just pictured? I picture an empty 7-Eleven. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're just standing in front of those rolling looking things, just looking at them.
It's fucking Crocs.
All you hear is the hum of the rolling things, and it's just a snapshot of what am I doing with my life? Just where am I going? I have to reevaluate. We're not men.
People love
fresh off a glory hole visit, and I was on the wrong side of the wall. Go ahead,
right,
Jimmy.
exactly.
You're just reevaluating your whole life, your life choices that brought you to this moment.
Yeah.
I have never eaten the food in 7-Eleven, but people say that the coffee in 7-Eleven is really good.
Okay, let me address that.
It's no jumpstart.
Well, it's no jumpstart, but it's not as shitty as other gas station coffee.
Yes. Okay.
They decided, let's spend 12 more cents than every other gas station spends on their coffee. And people are like, oh, you know what? That 7-Eleven's pretty good.
That 12 cents put them over the top then.
Yeah. It's if you're going to go to McDonald's or Taco Bell or your local Amico station for fucking coffee, it's
car
just
dealership. Just walk into the back of the car dealership.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. It's with 7-Eleven, you're back in the car. With 7-Eleven, they have different blends. They have the bold Arabica, whatever. By the way, Arabica sounds fancy. It's like the 7-Eleven of coffee beans. That's the shittiest, lowest level of coffee bean that you can get.
I don't even know that word. Like I've heard the word, but
Yeah, it's just so like from some region or some type of bean or whatever the fuck. I don't even care enough to be honest with you. But that's what they have, and then they have all the fixins too. So they have like honey, and they have like all the different milk flavor, pouring things and shit. So people are like, they have good coffee.
Creamers.
Yeah, all the creamers and stuff.
That's what she said.
all right.
But I have eaten there. I don't really go for the pizza, to be honest with you.
You go for the little taquitos.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I've had a wing and a taquito. I'll sit there and look at the little, just like Frank painted the picture, and I'll go, which one is going to give me the least amount of food poisoning? And I'll try and assess the situation.
Or diarrhea.
Yeah,
just standing there, 3:00 in the morning. I'll throw in a scratch off ticket too. I gotta change things up. I gotta shake it up a little.
I could remember I worked a hockey camp once when I was, I don't even know, college, high schoolish, I don't even know. And some of the older kids that were there, our high school coach, his nephew, who we later played with, his older brother. And this guy is like, I'm hungry. He leaves the rink. It was in between like sessions. He comes back with 2 7-Eleven hot dogs, eats them with cheese and beans on top.
I'm going to throw up.
I had agita just from smelling this.
How'd he do?
He did great. He got on the ice, was flying around. I would be like dead in a hospital if I ate that.
Well, back then maybe, when you're young, you can eat whatever the hell you want. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about, but your metabolism now, you eat that, you got to go to the hospital.
We should make that. That should be a challenge. Forget drinking a Sprite in one shot. Taking 2 chili cheese dogs from 7-Eleven. You know how fucking disgusting that must be?
Yeah, that doesn't sound... Ugh. All the fixins.
Yeah. Ugh, not good.
Oh, boy. When are we doing this? Should we do that Sprite challenge thing? I have questions if we're doing that.
I think we should.
Like, can I pour the Sprite into a cup, or do I drink it out of the can?
You have to open it and chug it. You can't let the air... you got to go with it.
I can't put ice in it. I like my soda with ice. Okay.
I think you can have it in the fridge. I mean, warm would probably be damn near impossible.
Yeah, warm, no good. But yeah, I could. All right, out of the fridge, I think I could do it.
7-Eleven does have nachos, by the way. They do have nachos.
They do.
They're trying too hard. They got to scale
with the
it back.
cheese whiz and everything. That's a rough situation. Yeah, that's a rough situation. So 7-Eleven is embarrassing. I'll tell you where the other embarrassing place is. Ice cream trucks. I fucking love an ice cream truck. But
if you're there with your kids, it's probably fine. But if you're just going up to an ice cream truck for yourself,
you can't do it. And how many times? There's been a couple of times where an ice cream truck will go by and I don't have my kids, and I'm like, fuck.
I haven't been up to an ice cream truck since we were kids. We used to play baseball
Are you for real?
When am I gonna? Maybe once, like if it was at like a block party or something. But when's the last time? I don't run out to the truck.
Oh, I fucking love an ice cream truck, and you can't and forget and you have to look around and make sure there's nobody around. But if there's 3 kids waiting, you can't just get on the end of that fucking line and just stand there like an animal.
No matter how old you are, you always look like a little kid because you're at the window. Like, what do you have? Can you put sprinkles on both sides? Because you always look it up. It's always that's what it is.
You know that scene in A League of Their Own when the girl can't read and she's looking for her name and she's just pacing back and forth like this?
Right. Yeah.
Do you remember that scene? Yep. That's me at a thing. I'm like, what do I want today? I just get
I got 5 kinds of good humor. All right. What's the one with the candy bar inside? I don't want that one.
Okay. You hear ice cream truck coming down the block. Okay. No, you can't see it yet, but you hear it. I want everybody to vote in the live chat. 1 or 2. Do you wish it's 1, the good humor truck with all the ice cream bars, or 2, Mr. Softy with the soft serve ice cream? What are you hoping for?
Even though Cuddles. I don't like soft things.
Deuce for Cuddles. She wants Mr. Softy. J Sabs?
Oh, God.
Even though I don't like soft things, I'm going with Mr. Softy.
Mr.
AKA my nickname for my roommate.
Softy. That's not
When he
nice.
gets
Frank.
I have to go with Mr. Softy as well. There's more variety. You get all the different ices and the soft serve. Mr. Good Humor truck. I feel like only has the Good Humor products, right? I don't remember the last time I've seen a Good Humor truck, but yeah, everybody's saying number
even
2
so,
is the
I
best.
think people
This is a blowout.
genuinely like
Yeah.
soft ice cream more, right? Than hard ice cream.
Well, if you're getting it from a truck, I don't even think they have hard ice cream in a truck.
Actually, there's a truck here which I don't really like. He has hard ice cream on his truck. I'm not
Really?
into it.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
That is interesting.
Do you ever have? A couple times I've had. I think when we were kids, I had the banana split. Did you ever do that out of the truck? It's surprisingly good. I mean, it's just this. They fill up the thing with soft serve, cut open a banana, and throw all the toppings on. It's amazing. It's just, it's just like you go to Carvel or whatever, and you get the banana split. But that's great out of the truck,
Well,
and it wasn't expensive.
You are
Yeah.
talking to the ice cream extraordinaire, right? Right here in front of you. So
Are you? You're
I'm the
a
only
big.
one who worked at an ice cream place.
All right.
You
I
did?
worked at Ben and Jerry's. Don't you remember when I froze the banana with the peel on it?
Oh, right.
Oh yeah. So I wouldn't call
remember.
yourself an expert after that story, though.
I got to tell you something, Frank. Trusting a banana from an ice cream truck is just like trusting a chicken stick from 7-Eleven.
No, it's not. The banana has a peel. Chicken stick, you're eating with the hand, and banana, they open it up and put it in.
Do you think the ice cream trucks go into the market for fresh produce every single day?
What do you think they're doing? Maybe not every day, but you could tell when a banana's gone bad.
Not when you cover it in sprinkles and ice cream and hot fudge.
I see the banana before they
You
cover it.
want to hear something funny? Somebody just wrote, "I like a toasted almond bar." I'm not into those bars.
What?
Not
Is
just
that the one with
toasted almond, the strawberry one, the chocolate.
Oh, I love
one.
those. Those are the Good Humor. Oh, those are good.
No,
I don't like the one with the bar in the middle. The hard chocolate bar in
one.
the middle.
Yeah.
I don't like that one. But the rest are great.
what's that one?
I don't even think they make that one anymore, Frank. That's all. I think nobody
Really?
likes that one. Yeah, I don't think they make that one anymore.
It was like the other ones with the crunchies on the outside, and the ice cream, and it had like a hard chocolate bar in the middle. Like, when you get to it, you have to bite it off. It was a bar of chocolate. For some reason, it just never. That one never did it for me. Not good.
There is an ice cream place pretty close to me that, oh God, they
Wait,
make
close to your house or your heart?
both.
Okay.
It's, oh my God, it's orgasmic. Honestly, I think you've had it before, fam.
Have I?
Yes.
By you?
Yep. Well, in my brother's neighborhood. Starts with a K.
Oh, yeah. Okay, they're pretty good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Can't say it.
It's
You could say it. That's a national chain. There.
Yeah, it is. It
yeah.
is. Kilwins. You
Yeah.
ever had them?
Never heard of it.
Wow.
Never
It's
heard
weird because the ice cream is not soft serve and it's not really hard either, if that makes sense. That's what she said.
That's what I am.
Medium
nights.
serve.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pill for that.
Oh.
So
No, but can I say something about
Yeah.
that place? It's a fudge chocolate place that also has ice cream. I feel like when you're in that league, you're just playing on another level.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I wonder though. Why you can't get a good flavor from a soft serve? Meaning like everything with like fixins or chocolate brownie pieces or Reese's, it's always in a hard ice cream.
that's true.
The only time you get a different flavor outside of vanilla and chocolate is at those frozen yogurt places that weigh your shit and shame you for how much you fucking put in the
Right.
cup.
They don't do the soft serve strawberry or soft serve Rocky Road.
No, they do now. Carvel has soft serve strawberry, pistachio, cookie dough,
Really?
and brownie.
Oh boy.
I only know this because I took my kids last week.
I
See,
think
that's what I was
Friday's
gonna
show
say.
is going to be on location.
We no shit.
Oh,
We need
I'll do the taste test with that.
we need a good I was thinking a cookie dough soft serve would be amazing. Do they have the pieces in it? Is you get the cookie dough pieces in there?
No.
It's just the
thing is-
flavor.
Here's my
You
thing.
got to have the pieces.
Here's my thing. I hate nuts in my ice cream,
It's not what we heard.
especially D's.
No, I don't
She
like.
said
I
in
don't
her
like,
ice cream, Frank, not in her mouth. You gotta
Ah,
listen to the nuance.
I don't.
I'm with you on that one, J. Sabs. I don't like peanuts.
I
in there.
constantly spit out the nuts.
Hmm.
So you spit.
don't-
You don't.
I-
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So no, I agree with you. I'm not a fan of that either.
If it's like brownie pieces, different story. Like that's good.
Right.
But like
Everything
nuts?
else. Name a
Right.
topping, I'm in. Except peanuts. I'm not. Walnuts. Mm-mm. Not a fan.
There's something weird about a nut in ice cream. It's drier than
Yes.
if you just ate them regular.
Well, they also have those like the walnuts in the syrup. That's not terrible.
Yeah.
You know, like you can get them from the supermarket in a jar. Those aren't bad.
I'll tell you what the two big misses in life is. How we haven't put this together yet is beyond me. Oatmeal cookies without the raisins.
Mhm.
Like, how is that not a thing? And butter
They have
pecan
those.
ice cream without the pecans.
Just butter
Ooh.
ice cream.
Because the butter
It's just-
pecan ice cream is fucking delicious. And then you bite into that pecan and then it's like dry mush in your mouth. I hate it.
Here's
Mm.
yes, I agree with you because they have pistachio ice cream with no nuts in it.
I bet you it's phenomenal.
I don't know where you're coming from with the oatmeal. They have oatmeal cookies without raisins. So oatmeal cookies, you can get oatmeal cookies anywhere.
Mm,
I'm telling you.
I don't know about that.
All right. But ice cream, Italian ices too. I'm a big ice person. Sorbet, that kind of thing. When we were kids, my favorite thing was the snow cone out of the ice cream truck. I used to get that all the time.
No, snow cones are shit.
All right. Because you know what it was? The syrup used to gather at the end, and I used to drink the syrup as the
That's what
last.
she said.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah, that's all
Syrup. And just same thing.
Just give me a cup of syrup. I'm good.
that's all you want is a cup of syrup.
Frank loves
He-
sugar.
Yeah, he does. He drinks brisk iced tea.
Talking
I mean,
about-
and Snapple. Like
I don't know
like
what you mean.
he's just begging to lose a toe in his 60s.
What am I going to do with a toe in my 60s anyway?
Going back to the toasted almond bars, I found this. My wife loves the strawberry shortcake, and I found this person who makes that ice cream bar, but in like a cake size.
You're lying.
Swear to God, and we ordered it. It was like $60, and I ordered it for her.
That's an amazing cake, though.
Yeah, I'm a good husband. I get her things, and
you
I'll
are.
enjoy as well.
You are.
Like, sweetheart,
That sounds amazing.
this
is
and
for you.
this is all for you. That half of it.
Yep.
But it was pretty good. Didn't you think it was okay?
Did it taste like the actual?
Yeah, and it wasn't
it?
like it was good humor who making it. It was like an independent little shop, and she was good. She did a good job with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it was
rare.
pretty good.
What are those crunchy things? It's not cookie.
I don't know.
Yeah, we all eat them though.
Okay, strawberry shortcake crunchies or chocolate crunchies from Carvel.
Oh, strawberry shortcake.
Wow.
Chocolate.
As much as I love the strawberry shortcake, those chocolate crunchies are something else.
I'm not a fan of anything strawberry flavored, if that makes sense.
Oh.
But I like strawberries.
You know, like
Look at
lollipops,
his face. Look at
candies.
his
That's
Anthony's
strawberry.
face. He's very confused right now.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't
Strawberry is
like
like a
that.
classic. It's like up there with cherry. It's classic flavoring of like candy and. No, not a big strawberry fan. All right.
I'm good.
You got weird tastes. That
I
plus,
do.
You know, the cookie and milk thing.
We got to try this cookie dough Carvel. Here's the thing. I don't think they figured out how to get the little bits of things through the little spout that the soft serve comes through. Once they figure that out, you're golden.
Wait.
All you got to do is just get a scoop of it and jump it in, and then
Hold
and
on,
mix it
breaking
around.
news.
Mm.
They also had a brookie flavor, which is brownie
Brownie and
cookie
cookie?
together.
Oh boy,
Yep.
it's better
That's a
than
new
county.
thing, isn't it? When did they start doing that? I feel like relatively recently.
Yeah.
I think the same time they started combining dogs, like
And cats
Labradoodle.
together. I mean,
Then they
what?
were like brownie and cookie. Let's put those together.
You know what else I like? The Cookie Monster, which is chocolate chip cookies and Oreo cookies together.
Oh boy.
Oh.
That's a thing. And some places will even make the ice cream blue, so
Yep.
it looks like Cookie Monster.
Classy. I like
Yeah, it's pretty classy.
I
Someone
feel like
said
we
it
have to go to
before in the thing.
Carvel now.
Yeah,
I was
someone
just
said
gonna
Fudgy
say,
the Whale.
we
Fudgy the
should
Whale's
do it.
amazing.
We should do a show from an ice cream shop. Okay, it was my son's birthday. We just got Fudgy the Whale cake for him. I forgot how phenomenal the fudge on top of that cake really is.
Oh, it's
That's
amazing.
so good.
The whole fucking thing is covered in fudge, and
Now,
it's
let me ask you this.
Wait,
Is
someone
that-
said, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
No
we went
clue.
on. Yeah, we lost it. We went on, just started on ice cream, and that was the end of it. But I don't think that the fudge on top of Fudgy the Whale is the same fudge that they give you when you order like a hot fudge.
well, I
Because
think
it
it's the
stays
same.
put. Why doesn't it just?
It's the same,
off
but
the side?
it's frozen. It's a hard ice cream underneath there, so they keep it all frozen.
That's a good
you know.
question. I'm going to ask my friends when I go back.
The hot fudge is hot. It's melty. The Fudgy the Whale fudge is colder, and so that's why I think it's got to be the same.
I think it's thicker. I think it's thicker, which makes it stay in place.
It could be. It's very possible. You know, they use the same mold for Fudgy the Whale as the
Yeah.
Santa Claus cake. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
Do
It's
they
also
really?
the clown too, isn't it? The clown too.
There's a clown.
Isn't there a Carvel clown cake?
There's Cookie Puss.
Ugh. I hate Cookie Puss. I hate the
Who's
name
Cookie
of it.
Puss?
Who's Cookie Puss?
What?
Are you nuts?
I've heard of that before.
We should
There's
leave
also-
this show right now.
There's also Cookie Opus. Around. St.
Wait, was
Patrick's
Cookie
Day.
Puss Carvel?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I remember Cookie Puss.
Cookie Opus and Nutty the Chocolate Ghost.
Wait, who's Cookie Opus?
That's St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my god.
Are you for real?
It's the same thing. It's just green.
I gotta Google this now too. I can't wait to see Cookie Opus.
Hell yeah. Bird has an interesting comment about Cookie Puss.
What's
Hold
that?
on.
Read it
She-
aloud, Frankie C.
She says, I love eating puss.
There you go.
Yeah, and
Oh, yeah, look at
Carvel, Dia has a good point. Carvel is not a nationwide chain, right? They're not everywhere.
No. The
I feel
most
like it's
amount is in New York,
Northeast.
but
No, they are nationwide, but they're primarily in the Northeast
Yeah.
and in the East.
They're not outside the country, I don't think either. They're not.
That I'm not sure about.
Yeah. Anybody outside the United States knows of Carvel in their area, let us know.
Carvel or Dairy Queen?
Carvel.
ooh.
And simply because I've never Dairy Queen, I think I've been to once. Carvel, I grew up with.
If you go to Dairy Queen, you have to get. Now, I've never had it until when we all went to North Carolina, and by all I meant everyone here except Frank. And he's lucky.
I
He's
was
still-
there. I left
I
early.
still envy him.
I left early. I got there and I went, nah, fuck this. I turned around.
That's the first time I ever tried it, and I was pregnant. So I think that what I had was just so good. What was it called, Anthony?
The Blizzard?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That
Mhm.
there is one about 5 miles from me. I never went. When we got home from that trip, like 2 days later, I said to
You
my
signed up
husband,
for their membership card. You were on their mailing list.
Take me to Dairy Queen now, bitch.
Yeah.
And we've had it like a few times since then. It is good though. That's a
Alright,
tough one.
Dia says they're not in California. Yeah, I think it's an East Coast thing. Maybe Northeast.
Yeah, okay. Dairy Queen or 31 flavors. Baskin and
Yeah.
Robbins. I'm still
I feel
on
like-
Dairy Queen.
I feel
Yeah,
like
me too.
there's
Dairy
probably
Queen.
more than 31 flavors at this point, right?
At this point, yeah.
Anyway.
But you know what's funny about that is you could tell how old somebody was the way they referred to Baskin Robbins.
Yeah.
If they were young, they'd say Baskin Robbins. If they were old, they'd call it 31 flavors.
You just called Dia, one of our viewers, old.
Dia falls in the old category. Sorry, Dia. Wear it with pride. I'd call it 31 flavors too.
I've never heard it been called 31 flavors.
Yeah, because like people who are like in their 50s or 60s, like that's how they'll refer to it as 31 flavors. That's how they know.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the thing. I fucking love Dairy Queen though. Growing up, it was the. Now we didn't have a lot in New York, so I used to go in Jersey. And we used to get the huge Blizzard, and you would eat half of it on the way home, get home, and stick it in the freezer. Take it out the next day, let it sit out for 5 minutes. It would get the same consistency again, and you could finish it. That was the best.
Nice.
That's how I wound up with the wonderful physique that I have today.
No,
that's nice.
Not just that. The 7-Eleven food too.
The chicken sticks at 7-Eleven didn't help either.
Don't discredit that.
Fucking 7-Elevens. Anyway, this all started because stupid Mike Lindell went to Hardee's for lunch.
Great.
Yeah, we went off like a half-hour tangent.
Yeah. Save 2 TV dads. This was popping on Twitter earlier today.
Okay, 2 TV dads.
Well, I give you a choice. Hold on.
Choices,
now.
okay.
Don't just walk away with it. I got. We got choices to make here.
Can I save the 2 dads for my 2 dads?
Wow.
Excellent point. Excellent point. All right. Let me read you the dads as we get it up on the old screensy here.
Screen me up, Scotty.
Okay, this one already hanging Chad, not sure, controversial off the start. Uncle Phil. Technically an uncle, not exactly a dad.
Well, he was a dad. He had the family there. He had 3 kids.
Don't give me that. He was a dad to Carlton. Bullshit.
To Carlton and to the other 2, I don't remember their names.
Hillary,
and someone else.
Credit Damien for this one. Carl Winslow, Dan Connor, Red Foreman from That 70s Show, Tim the Toolman Taylor, Danny Tanner, Sheriff Andy Taylor, Al Bundy, and Fred Sanford from Sanford and Son. You could only save 2 dads.
Well,
why are you doing this to me?
I mean, Danny Tanner.
I know.
You got. I mean, I'd probably go. Danny Tanner, Carl Winslow. I think those might be my 2.
That's your choices?
I think that might be my 2.
I disagree.
Okay.
From being replaced, I'm going to do, just because I love him, Danny Tanner, and this might shock you, Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Wow. I mean... Why those 2?
Why Tim the Toolman Taylor and Danny Tanner?
Because there could not be another Tim or another Danny.
Well, there can't be another Dan Connor or Philip Banks, or they're all pretty unique in their way. Al Bundy, not the greatest dad, I would say. So I don't even know why.
I got to say that's who I'm saving. I'm saving Al Bundy and Tim Taylor.
Now, when you say saving, what do you mean? Like, as you the others are like deleted from TV history?
Yeah, you can only save 2 of these dads from being replaced.
Okay, all right.
Now, I'll credit this. Carl, not Carl Winslow. Well, he put up with a lot of shit from Merkel.
Hell yeah, he did.
I would have locked the fucking door. I would have not allowed that shit to happen.
I would have fucking built it. I would have moved, built booby traps. Get him away from me.
He was a cop too. He never shot Urkel once in like 7 seasons. That's a miracle. I would have shot that fucker. But credit Danny Tanner too. He never shot Kimmy Gibbler.
That's true. I feel like almost every dad had like an annoying neighbor, or one of their kids' friends was an annoying jerk.
Well, I was just going to say, credit Uncle Phil, because his annoying neighbor fucking moved into his house and he had to put up with his bullshit all the time.
Yeah, but he always got pissed at Jazzy Jeff. He always threw him out.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Threw him out the door.
But isn't it amazing? Now that you have kids, J Sabs, could you imagine helping to raise somebody else's shitty fucking kid?
No.
Like, especially the what was her name? Vivian, right? Wasn't it her sister that was Will's mom?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's family. Credit Phil. It's not even his fucking family. He married
Right.
into this bullshit, and he was still a great fucking dad to that guy.
That's true.
And no matter how great of a father he was, his shitty kid still slapped Chris Rock all these years later on a fucking award show. It's heartbreaking.
That's true. That you can't prepare a kid for that. I mean, I guess you
No.
can, but I mean, he had a butler too. The butler helped out a little bit.
Oh, he was the best.
What was his
Right.
name?
Am I the only one who thinks that having a butler is fucking weird?
Well, of course, it's weird. Not everybody has a butler. I mean, who has butlers anymore? Except if you're like a billionaire.
What was the butler name on Fresh Prince? If I had $1 billion, I would have
Called him
no
G
butlers.
all the time. Jeffrey?
Jeffrey.
He just got the answer from his wife, I think.
Yeah. I think
No,
so.
my wife's not even down here.
But if I had $1 billion
She's
and had a
down there?
huge home, I wouldn't have a butler. I wouldn't have I can't have anybody living with me outside of my family.
What
I
about
think
like
that's just weird.
what about a nurse to wipe your ass when you're a million years old?
No.
You don't want that?
I mean, maybe when I'm old and I can't do shit anymore, maybe. But I just think it's weird to have just somebody fucking living with you.
Yeah, it's I'm sure.
Yeah, I
mean,
guess.
Like, speaking of which, like when my grandfather got old when I was a kid, that and we started to have somebody coming in during the day to like help out and shit. I kind of
Yeah.
thought that was weird. I was like, I don't know. It just feels weird having a stranger like living with you.
Well, if you go back to the dads, I feel like you had Danny Tanner had Uncle Joey, who wasn't really an uncle; it was just Joey living there.
Prime example. That shit would have, if there was a wellness check on that house, they would never fucking pass. You know
Just
what I'm
some
saying?
guy living in their garage or whatever the hell
Yeah.
he was living.
Yeah. Fucking Kimmy Gimbler's wandering around. There's a dog.
Dog was cool. Comet.
The disappearing twins trick that they were doing on that fucking thing is horrible.
Yeah.
By the way, that was the guy from what's that band? Not Air Supply. Is
What?
Asian. Who's the fucking Asian lead singer?
Foreigner?
Journey. Thank you.
Journey. I get them confused.
That was the first. Do you know the guy in Journey is Asian now? Did you know that the twins, that little girl is played by twins? That was the first example of that. Where it was like everybody after a while just knew and they were like, yeah, I know. I get it.
We all knew that.
Yeah, the twins.
It's in the opening credits.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah. And they're like, but how do they pick who plays what part? I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't fucking
Yeah,
care.
whatever.
Yeah.
The one that's not taking a nap gets in the scene.
Right.
I don't know.
It's fucking child labor laws too. They fucking found a way to game the system because those kid actors can only work like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, you got to get these shots in.
Yeah.
All right, so we get 2 of them. Any triplets out there? We could work all day.
We could finally get an episode done in a day. Like if we fucking meant to. Pieces of shit.
Back in the 90s when they didn't care.
They just didn't care. Speaking of which, Brett Favre, what a piece of shit this guy is. Did you hear this?
Fucking guy. I heard about this.
Allegedly, they got some text messages out there that is implicating him and a governor. Who was the governor of Mississippi? That they were funneling welfare money into building a fucking volleyball stadium where Brett Favre's kid goes.
Yeah.
How fucking shitty do you have to be?
Wait, what?
He scammed. He took, along with for some reason, he and the governor of Mississippi said took welfare money out of the government and used, what is it, like $10 million or something?
5 or 10 million. I think it was 5 million.
5 million.
5
and
million.
built was it volleyball or soccer? I'm sorry.
Volleyball stadium
Volleyball.
at the University of Southern Mississippi, where Brett Favre's kid goes and plays volleyball. Yeah.
Okay, well,
This is the second time this shithead has been caught with text messages. Wasn't it the text messages that leaked where they found out he was banging cheerleader on the Jets.
That's
Remember
right.
that?
Something,
I
right?
don't remember that.
Yeah. They had like
Brett-
nudie pictures, or he sent his dick. He sent a dick pic
That's
to
right.
the cheerleader.
Oh, come on, dude.
Yeah. Mhm.
What are you doing?
And that just got him traded to Minnesota. If that was happening now, he would be so fucking canceled.
That I definitely remember.
Speaking of which, yeah, I know you did. Speaking of which, did you see this shit with Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, I don't think they were trying to cancel him. I think they were just trying to point out that he kind of fucked up a moment for someone.
This actress wins, right? For what show is she on? Who?
The one with the school. I don't remember the name. I can't remember the name, but it's like a sitcom about like a school teachers, and I don't remember the name of it.
Exactly. Nobody cares. Nobody cares who the actress is. Nobody cares what the fucking show is. Although everybody says that show was like amazing.
So
Now, what show is it?
that's what we can't think of. It's on like Hulu or something.
Quinta Brunson is her name.
Okay.
Elementary. Abbott Elementary.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that she wins for best actress in a comedy.
Yeah. So now what happens is he loses best late night host or some bullshit, right? So he pretends like I'm gonna have some drinks, and he like acts like he has too many drinks and passes out on the stage. He stays lying on the stage while they announce the next category. He's still lying on the stage when they announce this young lady's the winner. She goes up to accept her award. He's still fucking lying there on the stage, like acting like he's passed out.
I mean,
so so they go. She goes into the room afterwards. She wins the Emmy. She goes into the room afterwards, and they all start asking her. They're all like, "How did you feel about Jimmy Kimmel lying on the floor there?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's fine. I don't care." And then somebody else is like, "Yeah, but don't you think it's messed up that he did that?" And she's like, "No." And she goes, "Jimmy Kimmel found my number, texted me when the show came out, said how good I was, fucking put me on his show, like blew my career up." She's like, "I'm not mad at him." Right. And then they asked her again, and she's like, "I'm not mad." She's like, "Maybe tomorrow I'll be mad at him, but right now I'm like excited that I won, and I don't care. I'm not like offended." And then the next day, it's like, "Is Jimmy Kimmel a racist for ruining the black actress's moment?" I'm
my God.
That's a huge leap. I mean, he was just taking a bad joke too far. And the joke wasn't even that funny. It was just they could have just dragged him off stage or something.
Which happens. Listen, you try jokes, sometimes they don't work. Frank's made a career out of that. Okay?
Not working. Jokes not working has worked for me so far.
It doesn't mean he's a fucking You got to see all these woke lefties out there going like, "Look, he's a racist. He fucking ruined her moment." First of all, it's an Emmy. Okay? It's not like it's an Oscar.
Right.
You and the awards, man. You can, unless it's an Oscar, you don't give a shit.
No. Second of all, like she said, she fucking, and then they kept asking it, like the media, they were just like trying to create something, and it worked because all the fucking lefties on Twitter were like, "Ooh, racist Kimmel."
What all the lefties? What is that?
Because the conservatives weren't being "Oh, that guy's a racist."
Well, not all the lefties.
Right.
They were like, "I'm glad he ruined that black girl's moment."
Oh boy. So
that's it.
Look. I mean, if you could take the positive aspect out of it, is no other award that night was really as highlighted as this one. I mean, she got the spotlight is on that part of it.
Yeah, because nobody gave a shit about the rest of by the way, we were on during the Emmys, and I had this moment of like, should we like live check in with the Emmys? And then I was like, no.
Nobody cares.
We shouldn't.
Nobody cares.
If this didn't happen, I don't think we would have heard about the Emmys at all.
Probably not. They moved to Monday night, by the way, and not Sundays. Did anybody know that?
I didn't know that until it happened.
I don't know why. Is it because of football? It might be. Because that was opening Sunday. Yeah, my wife said it had the lowest ratings ever.
Why would they schedule it? I mean, why don't they just schedule it a couple weeks before?
I don't know, but these Emmys need work. Like, there's nobody cares about most of the awards anymore. I still
They
love
need
them.
a
I love a
serious.
good. Yeah, I love a good award show, but I don't know. Like, I think it's Hollywood, and I think it's the right left thing, and the masks and who could wear them didn't help. That was a real sore subject
Well,
for a while there.
that's recent history. I mean, if you're talking about award shows in general, I think the big problem is number one, they're too long. They drag out everything. I feel
Yeah,
like it should be the guy. Someone comes out. Here are the 5 nominees. Here's your winner. Boom. Gives a speech, and then you got to keep the freaking train moving. Get a director that can, trim this. Someone that could trim this thing up. We don't need all the, oh, look at these crane shots, and let's take 10 years to go over. Just let's go. Keep it moving. Get a stage manager that's out there just pushing people onto the stage.
I tell you what, I don't mind that stuff per se. I think it went downhill when they got rid of Kevin Hart. When they shamed Kevin Hart off of the Oscars,
So that tarnished all award ceremonies.
I think it was going downhill. I think that was an accelerant, and I think the masks and the pandemic were an accelerant. Because I think
You think it'll come back?
Then they decided, I don't know, because then they decided we don't need a host anymore. Remember they did the 1 year like without a host, and it was like
It's turning into radio.
Yeah, the host was the best part. You would tune into Billy Crystal, and this guy would write a fucking monologue.
He was the best.
Sing this 25-minute opening number with all the songs from all the movies of that year, jokes written in it. You would tie in beautifully. Like, it was like a wonderful
No one hosted
thing.
like him. No one hosted like him.
He was the best.
He was the best, and he could probably still do it. Get him back. Let him keep going.
He's still alive. And then you had those years where like Letterman did it and everybody hated it, but all the people who loved Letterman fucking loved it.
Oprah.
I loved it. I thought he was good. Conan kind of got shamed after he did his. I liked his.
Why did he get shamed?
I don't know. They shit on Conan for some reason about it. I'll tell you what. I watched Conan. I don't get to see Conan's podcast as often as I want. I do like Conan. I don't really get to listen to many other podcasts anymore. But Conan did a podcast on how he got the Conan O'Brien show. It was fascinating, Frank. It was so good. Like,
that whole story is messed up and fascinating.
I knew the gist of it, but to watch him tell it for an hour and a half, and he barely even scraped the thing on how he got it and everything. Do you want to hear the highlights? I don't want to ruin it for you if you plan on.
Yeah, we all know the story for the most part, I think.
All right, I'm going to give you a couple of the quick highlights. Conan, he's writing for The Simpsons, which everybody knew, right?
The heyday of The Simpsons, man.
Heyday of The Simpsons. And this was after he left Saturday Night Live because he had personal issues and he just didn't want to be in New York anymore. So he got The Simpsons to basically get out of New York and go to LA. He gets there. He's there for 2 years, and Lorne calls him up and goes, so here's what happened. They give Leno the Tonight Show. Letterman announces he's leaving. NBC panics. And the quickest thing that they can think of is tell the world that Lorne Michaels is taking over the Letterman show, producing the Letterman show. This way everybody calms down. Because all the affiliates were like, we're leaving. If Letterman's gone, we're leaving. We're just going to leave NBC.
Right. So
they say, Lorne's taking over. Everybody calms down. So Lorne taps one of these producer guys that he knows. I forget his name. I know it. It's not part of the story now. And he goes to Conan and he says to Conan, do you want to be head writer? And so Conan says, I don't know, man. I'm not really sure. And then he flat out turns him down, right? So then they're lining people up, and for whatever reason, the brass at NBC get together, and they're not happy with how it's going, and they're like, you got to give us something. So now Lorne knows he's been turned down by Conan, but he turns to Jeff. His name will come to me, the producer. Turns to Jeff, the producer, and he goes, they're like, we got to try out some people. They went to a showcase to watch a bunch of stand-up. They hated everybody. So they go back to this meeting. They're like, you got to give us somebody. You got nothing right now. So Lorne goes, well, Conan can do it. And he looks at the producer, Jeff, and Jeff's like, yeah, Conan can do it. right? So that's basically how he got the audition. So they let him do a fake show. Jason Alexander was one of his guests, and Mimi Rogers, I think, was the other one. So he does the mock show, basically just to get Lorne Michaels out of trouble, out of hot water in a meeting. He does this. He gets this mock show. He does it. It goes really, really well. He does a really good job. Everybody's laughing. They love it. So Lorne is watching in New York. He's watching the live feed from New York because they taped it in the Tonight Show set after Leno was done. Lorne calls up Jeff, the producer, and he goes, "He did really good, didn't he?" And Jeff goes, "Yeah." He goes, Unfortunately, it's still going to go to Gary Shandling because Lorne had this handshake agreement with Gary Shandling that he was going to take over the show. Conan didn't know that. That Jeff producer guy kind of knew it, but that was the story. And then when they told Conan, Gary Shandling is going to get it, but they told him, they said, "You did really good. We might give you 130. And he was like, "Cool, I'll take 130. But he said, "I had a feeling that Gary Shandling wasn't going to take it." And they were like, "Why?" And he goes, he was doing Larry Sanders at the time. He goes, "He's making a great living making fun of this format.
Right.
Now he's going to go do the format. It doesn't make any sense." And sure enough, Shandling turned it down. And so Shandling turns it down. They call Conan. They say, "Do you want to do it?" He agrees to do it. He gets it. He steps out of a Simpsons meeting to take the call from NBC saying he got it. And the guy goes, the head of NBC at the time, I forget who it was. He goes, "I'm sick of being scooped. You're going to get in a car and you're going to go over to the Tonight Show and we're going to announce you tonight and you're going to be on the show." So Conan, okay, he gets in the car, blah, blah, blah. They make the announcement, makes the announcement, gets the scoop. Now they go, "Hey, you have to go. Now you have to fly to New York and do press and meet everybody." And meanwhile, he's on like a 5-minute coffee break from The Simpsons. Fast forward, Fox doesn't want to let him out of his contract. They've already announced that he's the new host of 12:30, and Fox turns around and goes, "Hold on a second. He's under a 4-year contract to be a writer on The Simpsons. He's not going anywhere." And NBC and Conan had to pay Fox money to get out of the Simpsons contract. Is that something else?
That is weird. I wish he would have stayed at Fox. He was writing great Simpsons, man.
Yeah, he did.
Simpsons was he wrote classic Simpsons episodes.
All right. We're out of time, Frank. We can't get to it. Lindsey Graham wants a national abortion bill. What a dickhead.
Lindsey Graham's a piece of shit.
This is a bullshit thing, too. Here's the thing. He goes, "I want a national abortion bill where you can get an abortion prior to 15 weeks. And then after 15 weeks, you can't get an abortion. But when you read the fine print, it turns out, unless it's rape, incest, and all the normal stuff." And it's like, well, how are you going to tell that?
Not only that, I mean, I don't know if people change their minds, but he was all, he's been saying it's up to the states to decide. It's up to the states. Let's leave it to the states. And now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we need a national ban. I mean, you're just helping the Democratic side win more votes. That's all you're doing. You're just making yourself even bigger of a bad guy.
It's weird, right? Because we talked about like, the Republicans were going to win the midterms in a landslide until Roe v. Wade happened. And now we're like...
And he's just digging his heels in now.
And now they're just digging in and going in there. And I don't get it.
It's
and again, for what? It's a dumb bill. I need an abortion. It's after 15 weeks. You can only get it if you were raped or incest. Okay, I got raped by my uncle. How are you going to prove it? How are you going to disprove it? Do you have to bring the uncle in and be like, "I did it"?
Now it's a legal thing. Now it's your uncles are going to accuse rapist or whatever it is.
I was raped by somebody on the subway. Yeah, they took off.
I don't know who. I don't know. But it's going to lead to. That's the problem. They don't understand that stopping abortions only leads to more women getting hurt and potentially dying.
More kids being in the system, welfare, foster children, and you got to have programs to support them, which is not what the Republicans like to do. It doesn't make any sense.
No, they don't. Yeah, once the kid's born, then they're on their own.
The White House had a huge blunder. They threw a party for their inflation bill on the day that inflation hit an all-time high and the stock market crashed. Not a good look.
That's
Yeah.
something.
You think somebody would have been like, just take down the piñata. This was bad timing. Let's not do
maybe
this.
Postpone this, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Let's pretend like let's pretend like there's a COVID scare and cancel.
Is it someone's
this.
birthday? Can we make this a birthday party? Whose birthday? Is it Joanne in accounting? Bring Joanne out here. It's her birthday.
Unredacted details included in the FBI search warrant. Wait, hold on. We'll go from Biden's fuck up to Trump's fuck up. On the August 8th raid, reveal that President Trump returned to the government an envelope full of documents wrapped in tape and failed to mention that he supposedly declassified the records kept at his Florida house. This is what the FBI revealed yesterday. The new disclosed search warrant affidavit details come as the Justice Department pushes back on Trump's claim to have a standing order to declassify information en route to Palm Beach when he left office last year. Although the president has the ultimate authority to declassify information, Trump has not produced a specific order covering documents stored at Mar-a-Lago, nor has the government said what is actually in the documents.
The government has said some of what's in the document. They're not going to say what's. A lot of it is still classified, so they're not going to say everything that's in it. But a lot of it has to do with nuclear secrets from other countries. I mean, it's dangerous shit. A lot of it also has to do with intelligence given to us from human resources, like people who are on the ground that could be now compromised if that stuff gets out.
Well, again, and to just reiterate, he handed back these documents and treated them as if they were still classified because they were in a red-weld envelope wrapped in tape, which is consistent with behavior to handle documents that were still classified. Like, he handed over those documents as you would hand over classified documents.
Right.
I never said they were declassified, but now all of a sudden the shit that he held on to is declassified. I don't know.
I thought the FBI planted that stuff there. What are you talking about? I thought so. He did he declassify it all, or did they plant it all? I mean, it can't be. It has to be one or the other. Yeah.
What's that? What's that?
Cup game? Yeah.
Yeah. What's the cup game? Cup game. Oh, okay. Finally, Frank. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing a Frankie C shirt right there. Coat's shirt, designed by Frankie C.
It's a beautiful thing.
Little news leak. He's working on another one.
I am working on a new one. I think you're going to like this one too.
Can't give you the details, but you got your new man cave. You're super excited. Here's the thing this proves why men are so dumb. Your wife has devised a wonderful way to get you the fuck away from her. And you're like excited. You're like, I got my own couch. You're excited about it.
See, not only do I have a couch, I got my own recliner. I got big screen TV on the wall. I've got my own nice bathroom down here that a bar set up with it's got its own sink. You get all the glasses, everything. It's a cool space. It's the basement, not far from I'm not in in another neighborhood. I'm not far away from the house. I'm here. I'm right.
Yeah,
upstairs.
but she was on the phone with like her sister or who knows, could be my wife. And she's like, no, he's an idiot. He'll never get it. I'll get him his own bathroom. He'll have a TV. He'll be fine. I'll be left the fuck alone finally.
That's possible. But
she could probably have a guy come over. You wouldn't even fucking know. You're in your stupid man cave with your...
It's not soundproof. My Star Wars blasting.
Before the show, Frank goes, I got Star Wars on.
It's on right now. It's been on the whole show in the background. I have it on mute, but I have to. It's been going. It's been playing.
No wonder why you've been off this episode.
I'm off every episode. But it's coming together down here. We're putting together a little like a high top table with the stools and everything. It's gonna be nice down here. Now the only thing I have to figure out is stuff to hang on the walls, decor. I need decor.
Well, decor. You're never gonna hang anything on the wall. Come on.
I'll hang stuff. I got the TV up on the wall.
My dad's friend had a man cave. He had a pool table. He had a huge TV. He had a bar. Like when I remember the first time I saw a bar in a house, I was like, and it had like one of those like not neon signs, but one of those signs that like flashed like messages and stuff. Yeah, and this was in the 80s, so it was pretty like technologically advanced back then.
That's pretty good. Like the sign you see on top of like a shish kebab truck.
Yes, yes,
one
exactly.
of those light bulb. Yeah.
See, you
All
turned
right.
Star Wars off. You got your jokes again, and I like it.
You see? No, it's still going.
Oh, okay. But I only knew this because he would have a Super Bowl party there every year, and that's when I was allowed to like go down there. Like otherwise, you weren't allowed to
Nice.
go down there.
Oh, Super Bowl party this year, my house, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Why not?
Are you gonna have wings?
I'll have wings. You want wings? I get wings. What do you want?
Are you gonna have baked brie? I like a good baked brie with a sturdy bread to scoop it up with.
You want a baked brie? We'll do it. We'll get a baked brie for it. Also, my favorite thing these days at a party when we go like stuff like that, there's a pretzel place by me.
Oh yeah.
And it's got the little pretzel nuggets with the dips.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff.
You brought this to my house for one of my bullshit
Right.
things that I was having.
Remember how good was that?
Fucking great. And then you had there was ones with, and I joked that Frank's not a good friend, but this is proof that he is. There was one,
I'm all right.
don't interrupt me now. There was had a hot dog in it. And I'm like, this is pretty amazing. And then your wife goes, you see that round one over there? Why don't you take a bite of that? And I took a bite of it. And there was a fucking cheeseburger in there inside a pretzel nugget bite. It was revolutionary.
And they had all the dips. You could dip it in the mustard. There's a chocolate dip if you wanted to take the pretzel, dip it in there. All the cheese.
You didn't bring a chocolate dip to my house. What, am I not good enough?
There was a chocolate dip in there.
No, it was cheese. And that was the thing, too. It was like, I can dip this cheeseburger pretzel nugget into more cheese and take a bite out of it.
All the dips they got icing. If you want to get like a...
Now, you didn't bring any dessert pretzel with icing, or you didn't bring that?
Chocolate. There was a chocolate dip there.
No. Did Frank bring a chocolate dip in his pretzel package?
Remember I feel like Frank we bought cheese, mustard, and chocolate.
No, it was cheese and mustard.
Right,
there was no chocolate. It was all savory. It wasn't...
All right, next time we do the chocolate.
No sweet. Next time I want some chocolate.
I'm telling you, that pretzel thing. There's a place right by my house. It's amazing. They sell you the big trays. You go just walk in there and I'll take a bag of pretzel. It's like an Annie Ann's, but it's not Annie Ann's. It's the hell's the name of it? It's Philly
Pretzel Company or some shit.
Philly Pretzel, something like that.
I was gonna say it was so revolutionary. I literally got on the phone and called my local Annie Ann's and asked them to step up their game. I'm like, do you know about this pretzel place that's got cheeseburgers in their pretzels?
Cheeseburgers and hot dogs wrapped in a pretzel. It's amazing.
And they said to me, they go, I'm a fucking 16-year-old kid on my first job. Is there something I can get for you? I go, yeah, cheeseburger pretzel.
Yeah, get me someone older and in charge to talk to.
Yeah. Younger generation, Frank. They got no drive.
And why are Annie Ann's confined to malls and subways?
They won't get out of those malls.
Can they join the rest of society with us, please?
Can they come join us in society?
I'd like an Annie Ann's, next door to the CVS or something. I don't need it at the mall.
Let me ask you a question about this pretzel place. Did they give you just the dough so you could bake the pretzel in your own oven?
That I don't know. Maybe. I'm sure they would. But it's funny. You walk into the place. It's a small place, like, maybe 15 feet wide. And it's one of those long, you could see like goes way back. And you go up to the counter and you could see everything's all open. You could see them baking them right there. Like it's all a conveyor belt. And they got all the pretzels going on a conveyor belt through the oven. And it's just, you could watch them making them, rolling the dough and everything. It's a really cool place. Small place, but it's wide open. You walk in, grab a pretzel and a drink, walk out, or you place a big catering order. It's amazing.
Nothing beats a fucking pretzel.
Oh, pretzels are great.
It's the best. All right, Frank, that's it. That's all we got.
That's all we got. We're out.
We're out, and the music thing ain't working, so we're just going to awkwardly end the show.
You sure? I can play it off my phone if you want.
Yeah, play it off your phone a little bit.
All right, I'll play it off the phone.
I don't have any other sound effects, though. Oh, wait, I can play it off of here.
Yeah.
If you're going to play it off your phone, I can play it off of here. Don't forget this shirt and other wonderful merchandise available at the store right now. ShopAnthonyOnAir.com.
Good stuff. Lots of stuff. Become a member. Mm-hmm. Special members videos. The members in our chat, they get to tell us where to go with our conversations.
Yes.
We like to take advice from them and what to do. We should this song. It's like The full version is like 2.5 minutes. We should, give it away to the members or something.
You should play it live. I think you should do an acoustic.
Should I want to
set.
play it? I'll play it live.
You should do an acoustic set and tell us how you did it.
That's fine. I could do that.
Do one of those videos I like watching where they lower the volume on certain parts and you only hear different things, and that's kind of fun.
What kind of setup you think I got here?
Listen, join the membership area because you get exclusive video content. Currently, we don't have it yet, but I'm negotiating the rights of the inside of my wife's asshole. That video is, I don't know if I'm going to get it, but if I do, members only area.
I'd like to meet the lawyer that writes that contract out.
Here's the thing. You want to know the tricky part? It's the exclusivity is the thing. Because if she gives it to me, she's going to move it to a couple different places. And we want to have it only in the one spot. So that's what's tough.
I got you. All right.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting video.
We're working on it.
All right.
By the way, I've lost every negotiation with my wife ever, so I wouldn't be too hopeful for this one.
Well, there's always hope. Don't worry about it. We'll get you there.
All right, we'll catch you guys on Friday. Thanks so much for watching and or listening. Don't forget to check the website for more info.
Show me potato salad. I think we should go now. Go ahead.